Good day, people of YouTube. What's going on? The name is AK, owner of eXtremeAzure Productions, and today I'm here to bring you yet another X-Talk/X React video presentation. And today I'm going to be talking about something other than gaming. I'm going to focus on technology, specifically the debacle that Google is now dealing with over the Pixel. Now, the Pixel has gotten some pretty good previews. A lot of good things have been said about this brand new phone. It seems to be making good first impressions, but the one thing that seems to keep being repeated again and again and again by people who have gotten some hands-on time with it, as well as those who are looking to buy it, the community, is that it is pricey. It is really pricey, and the normal Pixel, the standard size Pixel, is about the same price as the iPhone 7. So yeah, Google is definitely not playing around when it comes to price. The Nexus line was known for being very good, but very affordable at the same time. Good specs, but a lot lower in the price range compared to the other top-end phones. But now, with the Pixel, Google is now chasing after Samsung and Apple when it comes down to price. I guess they've realized that, hey, if these guys can charge that much, why can't we? And thus, now we have the Pixel and the Pixel XL, which are both over $600 or $700 if you decide to go and get the 128GB Pixel XL. So yeah, these are some really pricey phones, and all of the major flagship phones are between $600 to $800. It's a lot for a phone, really. When you have other devices out there like the OnePlus 3 and the Huawei Honor 8 and the ZTE Axon 7, which are all within the $300 to $400 price range, yeah, it's ridiculously high to have a phone coming out for $600, $700, or $800. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. And a lot of people are complaining about the Pixel, saying that, oh, this is way too expensive. You know, why is this so expensive when Nexus was so affordable? Like, what gives, Google? Well, for starters, this isn't Nexus. So that's the mistake that a lot of people are making. They're trying to compare this to the Nexus phones. This is no longer the Nexus, what we're dealing with. The Nexus line is finished. I'm pretty sure if Google wanted to continue the Nexus line, that being they're creating a device that's both powerful and affordable, then this just would have been the brand new Nexus. But no, I'm guessing the reason why they went ahead going through the trouble of rebranding it to the Pixel was to really separate the fact that you have the Nexus and now you have this brand new phone. They wanted to show a separation. They didn't want people to think that this was Nexus, which is why they went ahead and gave it a whole new name. It's no longer Google Nexus, it is now Google Pixel. So first things first, we have to say goodbye to the Nexus line. So get that out of your head right now. This is not a brand new Nexus. So stop looking for similarities between it and the Nexus when it comes down to price. For the last few years, Google has been doing a great job of providing really powerful devices for a really competitive price, and that is awesome. But I'm guessing that they've realized that, hey, Samsung and Apple and some of the other big dogs like Sony are charging hundreds upon hundreds of dollars for their phones. You know, why can't we do that too? So they went ahead and did it. And I guess you can't say that you're not getting what you're paying for here with the Pixel, because the Pixel is made out of all premium quality material. You know, there is glass, there's metal. That screen, the Super AMOLED, you have the camera, which is the highest rated in a smartphone to date. You have great specs. It's a very powerful phone. So it's not like they're charging you for a lemon. You know, this phone really is very, very capable, and it's made with premium material. So you have to hand it to them. You know, they're not charging you for a lemon or a potato. This is the real McCoy. It's a very well-built phone, and it's also a very powerful phone. Now, what a lot of people are saying is that if you want to charge that price, then you have to bring something to the table that's worth charging that price for. Like, for instance, you have the Note 7, putting aside the exploding battery fiasco that's going on right now. You know, the Note 7 is powerful, and it also has a myriad of features like the iris scanner, for example. And then you have the fingerprint reader, which is also on the Pixel as well. But then you also have stuff like the S Pen and all the fancy things that can do. And then with the iPhone, you know, it's hard to really justify any of Apple's pricing. I know people love to say, oh, you know, Apple is the premium. It is the most luxurious things you can own. No, it's not. No, it's not. Apple has a habit of charging for nothing. You're really paying, what you're really paying for is that brand name. It's kind of like going into the food store where you have the top brand name products and then you have, the generic store brands. And in most cases, the generic brands are just as good as the premium name brands. It's just the packaging. That's the only difference. You're paying for a logo or you're paying for a name, but you're not paying for quality in that regard. Now, I'm not saying that that applies to everything. Obviously, there are a lot of really expensive things that are actually expensive for a reason. Like, take for instance, you can't get on Ferrari or Bugatti or BMW's case for having these multi-million-dollar cars because, yeah, these are really powerful, really luxurious cars. So obviously, they're going to cost more than a Ford or a Chevy or a Toyota. So yes, I understand that in terms of pricing, it is relative. But bringing it back to the realm of technology, when it comes down to this pricing between the phones, between devices in general, when it comes to Apple specifically, yeah, they are really love to charge for nothing. You're paying for that logo. You're not paying for power. Like, take for instance the MacBooks, really expensive laptops, very expensive laptops, and yet they're only as powerful as a Windows laptop that's only like $300 to $400, yet you're paying $1,200 for a MacBook. Like, that is ridiculous. So I find it funny how people are complaining about the Pixel's pricing when you have Apple constantly overcharges for their devices and everyone and their grandmother literally goes out and buys it. So come on, you have to have some consistency here. If you're gonna get on Google's case for pricing the Pixel like this, then you should get on Apple's case, because they always do it. Whether it be the iPhone, the iPads, the MacBooks, the iWatch, everything. Sorry, not the iWatch, Apple Watch, sorry. Yeah, they love to overcharge for their products. I'm not saying that what Google is doing is right, and I'm gonna get into that in just a second, but you have to, if you're gonna cast the blame on someone, you have to cast the blame on everyone if they're doing the same thing. And Apple's been doing it for years, so get on their case too. That's my point. But bringing it back to Google and the Pixel. Yes, the Pixel is very expensive. And when it comes down to specs, especially on Android phones, the line is starting to be blurred. Yes, you can get a really, really, really cheap Android phone. You will be getting what you pay for in that regard. Like if you're getting something that's like a little over $100 or under $100, yes, you will be getting the bare bones in that instance. But when it comes down to having a device that's similar to the flagship devices in terms of power, like I gave some examples earlier, you have the Huawei Honor 8, you have the ZTE Axon 7, and the OnePlus 3, all of which are much cheaper than all of the flagship phones, but yet when it comes down to specifications and power, it's very, very close. Not absolute, but very, very close. So it does show that yes, all of these devices could be cheaper. The iPhones, the Samsung's premium models, as well as the Google Pixel, all of these can be cheaper. If ZTE can do it, if Huawei can do it, if OnePlus can do it, all these premium companies can do it as well with their devices. But they're not gonna, because once again, you're paying for the name. And when it comes down to the Pixel specifically, I really just think it's Google just chasing after their competition. They realize that if Samsung and Apple can charge this much and keep making millions upon millions each year, I guess they see it as a much better alternative than charging very little for their own devices. Now, it is more competitive for them. It is more competitive for Google for them to continue with what they started with the Nexus, where you have a powerful phone for a much cheaper price. Obviously, that's going to attract more people. And if it were me thinking of the strategy, I would have been like, okay, we have the Pixel. No one has ever heard of the Pixel before. Well, except for the Pixel C tablet that was released last year. But obviously, that didn't become a very big deal. But yeah, if I'm going to introduce a whole new line, I want to make sure it's as attractive as possible. So I'm going to advertise that it has all these features. But in addition, I'm going to also say that, hey, you can get all of this for less than the brand new iPhone, for less than the Note 7, right? So you have similar specs, similar features, similar build quality for less. And to me, that would have made more sense. I would have done it if I was in the position of Google CEO, but I guess They just see that, okay, the competition is doing it, so we got to do it too. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of the competition. They want to challenge Samsung and Apple, and they see both those companies getting away with having these really high-priced phones, and they want to follow in their footsteps. They don't want to have the really powerful phone for cheap when they can make more money having the really powerful phone for a really overpriced price tag. Yeah, it's evil, it's wrong, but I guess the way they see it is that if everyone's doing it, we're gonna do it too. You shouldn't always follow the crowd, but I guess in business, the way they see it is it's a much better business decision than making a powerful phone and selling it for cheap. But we'll see how it works out. You know, this is the first Pixel phone. I'm guessing this is going to be the first of a long line going forward. We'll see how everything turns out. It is the holiday shopping season. A lot of people are going to be out buying the new iPhone, despite all the controversy over the headphone jack removal, and despite its high price, a lot of people will be getting an iPhone 7 within the next couple of weeks. So we'll see if the Pixel is good enough to be able to challenge that. I didn't say the Note as well because like I said earlier, the whole battery exploding fiasco, it's just getting worse and worse every day, so we'll see what happens with the Note. But really, real challenge right now is between the iPhone 7 and the new Pixel, so we'll see how it goes. I'm sure Google definitely has an ace up their sleeve. They're going to be pushing this hard over the next couple of weeks with the holiday shopping season right around the corner. We'll see if their efforts pay off, especially with that price tag. It's hard to say, but I'm pretty sure if this phone was only like $400 to $500, it would have done better than it's going to. I have no crystal ball. I can't say that it's not going to do good, but I really do think that it would have done better than it's going to do. I know that sounds weird, but I think having a cheaper priced phone would have been better for Google. So yeah, I'm going to end this here. Thank you guys for watching. Please leave your comments down below. Do you think that the Google Pixel's price is justified? Or do you think that it should be like the Nexus and be cheap but powerful? Sound off in the comment section below. Tell me what you think. And I will catch you in the next video. Until next time, this is AK, owner of eXtremeAzure Productions, signing off.